Dear students, today we are going to our new chapter air. Actually, air is present everywhere around us. And what is the color of air? It is transparent in color. It is invisible and transparent in color. And how we can identify them? Its presence can be felt when it moves from one place to another. Air is essential support to life on earth. Actually, an envelope of air surrounds the earth is known as atmosphere. What is atmosphere? The blanket of air that surrounds the earth is called the atmosphere. It extends to about 560 kilometers above the earth. The composition of atmosphere is not uniform throughout. It is dense near the ground. It gets thinner as we go higher and higher. If we are going higher and higher, it becomes thinner, and in grounds it dense near the ground. Okay. And air is everywhere, not only in the atmosphere but also in the soil and water. It allows us to hear sounds, feel heat or cold, burn a fire, breathe, and for plants to do. Okay. And air is matter, and therefore it occupies space and has mass. It fills all the space available to it. And you might experienced that on filling air in a balloon or football, it becomes heavy. This indicates that air has mass. And air is a mixture of gases. It contains nearly 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 0.04% water. Water is in the form of water vapor, and 0.03% carbon dioxide, and the remaining are inert gases such as helium, neon, etc. Remember that the composition discussed here is that the clean air. Okay, the composition discussed here is the clean air. Besides, there can be a number of several other substances in air, such as dust particles and polluting gases. Okay, mainly nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen is 78% and nitrogen 28%. Actually, oxygen in air supports burning, whereas nitrogen does not. Okay. Next, we are saying about actually what is the difference between mixture and component. Firstly, I am saying some important features of a mixture. Actually, the component of a mixture may be present in any proportion. We already discussed in the last chapter at elements, compounds and mixtures. There we can say the components of a mixture may be present in any proportion. Okay. And the components of a mixture coexist without chemically reacting with one another. And third one is the components of mixture retain their property. The components of mixture retain their properties. Fourth one, the components of a mixture can be separated by physical means, some physical reactions such as fractional distillation, that type reaction. Okay, these are the important properties of mixtures. Okay, and we can say air is a homogeneous mixture of several gases. Air is a homogeneous mixture of several gases, and following are the evidence confirming that air is a mixture and not a compound. Actually, the composition of air is not constant everywhere. It varies from place to place and time to time. The air at higher altitude contains less oxygen as compared to the plains. During rainy season, the humidity means the amount of moisture present in the air is more compared to the summers as air contains more water vapor. The composition of compound is fixed and it does not vary from place to place, but the composition of air is not constant where it varies from place to place and time to time. So it proves that air is a mixture and not a compound. Okay. And next, energy changes does not take place on mixing the constituents of air together. However, energy changes occurs when compound is formed. When we are taking place carbon and oxygen, we are mixing that carbon and oxygen. That time an energy is produced. That energy change occurs. But on mixing the constituent of air such as nitrogen, oxygen, helium, neon, argon, that time energy change does not take place. Okay. This is another evidence that it proves air is a mixture and not a compound. Next, the constituent of air retain their individual properties, but whereas in the case of compound are totally different from that of its constituents. In the case of compound, carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. The properties of carbon and oxygen is different, and entirely the carbon dioxide is entirely different from those properties. But the constituents of air retain their individual property. Okay, after the mixing it will retain their properties. And simply physical methods can be used to separate components of air. Fractional distillation and air separation plant separates atmospheric air into primary components, typically nitrogen and oxygen, and sometimes some argon and other rare inert gases. The most common method for air separation is fractional distillation, but this method is not used to separate the components in the case of compounds. Okay, we cannot separate by using this method. Okay, next we already discussed the term catalyst. What is catalyst? Actually, catalyst is a substance which generally speed up a reaction. It does not undergo any change itself. Here we are studying about oxygen. Oxygen is the most active component of air. Let us learn about its preparation, properties and uses. Okay, first one, preparation of oxygen from H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. Actually, hydrogen peroxide decomposes slowly at room temperature to form water and oxygen. We know it slowly decomposes at room temperature, but in the presence of MnO2, manganese dioxide as catalyst, okay, this will catalyze the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide H2O2 decomposes naturally at a very slow rate to form oxygen gas and water. When manganese dioxide MnO2 is added to a solution of hydrogen peroxide, the rate of the reaction increases significantly. Okay, this is the way we can prepare this oxygen. Okay, this is one important method for the preparation of oxygen. Next, the oxygen can be made by heating potassium chloride in presence of the catalyst manganese dioxide. Potassium chloride is left as solid residue. Here potassium chloride, the formula of potassium chloride is KClO3, which is a solid which taking place heating. Okay, in presence of MnO2 as the catalyst, potassium chloride KCl is the product and oxygen is the byproduct. Okay, here O2 is produced. This is another method for the preparation of oxygen. Okay, here this image shows the preparation of oxygen from hydrogen peroxide. Here the apparatus is showing, it is fitted here, and this is a conical flask, and this is another tube which contain hydrogen peroxide solution. Actually, manganese dioxide is a black solid. We add some hydrogen peroxide solution drop by drop to this conical flask. The hydrogen peroxide combines with the manganese dioxide to produce water and oxygen. Here another flask which contain water level, this much water level. Okay, this water, it will produce water here. Here an inverted jar is placed here, and this along with water oxygen is also produced. This oxygen will pushes the water. Okay, it pushes the water downwards and collect at the top of the inverted jar. These bubbles are oxygen bubbles, and water and oxygen are the byproduct. Okay, If carbon dioxide is already present in the along with this manganese dioxide, if it contain carbon particle, both are black, then the mixture will explode. So we can replace the carbon particles, we can remove the carbon particles by heating this manganese dioxide alone in a pot strongly. Carbon forms carbon dioxide and escapes, and the reaction will take place. Okay, these are the two important methods for the preparation of oxygen from hydrogen peroxide and from potassium chloride. Okay, next move on to the physical properties of oxygen. Actually, there are three main important features of oxygen. Oxygen is colorless and odorless gas. Odorless means smell, and second one is it is slightly heavier than air, and third one is oxygen is slightly soluble in water. That is, it is heavier than air. Soluble in water means oxygen can dissolve in water. That time we can say dissolved oxygen. Okay, without smell or taste. That means the gas is colorless, odorless and tasteless, and it have a capacity to form chemical bond with almost all other elements. Almost other elements they can combine chemical bonds. Okay, next chemical properties of oxygen. We already discussed these are physical properties of oxygen. Here we are saying about chemical properties of oxygen. What is the definition of oxidation? Oxidation means nothing but a reaction in which a substance adds onto oxygen is called a oxidation reaction. A reaction in which a substance adds onto oxygen is called a oxidation reaction. It may be fast or slow. In the case of burning or combustion time, it is fast, and it is slow in the resting time. Okay, combustion means when a substance combines rapidly with oxygen giving out heat and light. The phenomenon is called combustion. Okay, substance combines rapidly with oxygen giving out heat and light. Here you can see that if we are burning a wood, that time the substance rapidly combine with oxygen. The oxygen is present in the atmosphere. Okay, it will combine with oxygen and giving out heat. Here you can see that heat is produced and light is also produced. Okay, this is the phenomenon of combustion. In our textbook there is an example is given. The presence of oxygen will helps to burning. That is the example given. Fix a candle in a dish and place some water in the dish. Light the candle. Here in the first image the light is lightening. Okay, here lighted. That means in the atmosphere there is oxygen is present. This will help to burning. But in this example the same dish and water is placed, but a inverted glass is put into this. Okay, you will find that the candle is extinguished soon, and this is because the amount of oxygen inside the glass is limited, and when that oxygen gets used up, no gases remaining in the glass in the support of combustion. That means a candle cannot burn without oxygen. Okay.